She's a lovely.
Hello everyone and welcome back to a new reading vlog. I literally just wrapped up my reading vlog from last week, but I wanted to do a little check-in. So last week I only read 809 pages in total, and I think that was mostly because for the first 2.5 days I only had access to one book, and because I was very much distracted by my laptop and the TV shows that I can watch on there. My goal for today, at least, is to stay off of my laptop to watch shows at least while Nico is here, I think, because that's most of the day, and at night I could do anything. So I wanted to let you guys know what book I have here, which is here so Nico won't lick it. He's getting into shit in my room. I need to be back. Where were you? What were you doing? I heard rustling. All right, I am reading The Rest of the Story by Sarah Dessen. Finally reading this. My sister actually got to it before I did, but I am already 88. Can you stop licking the table? Thank you. Pages into the book. Oh, your breath is so hot. Ah! Oh my god. Thank you, my guest here today. Nico. Nico. Yeah. Okay, this book is about Emma Saylor, and her mother died when she was very young. She was mostly raised by her father, but now for this summer, a situation arises where she needs to spend the summer with her mother's family, who she hasn't seen since she was 4 years old, and she's slowly starting to realize that she actually has these two identities. Her father calls her Emma, and her mother's family calls her Saylor, and so she's back reunited with them, trying to piece together her family tree as well as her childhood memories, and she's realizing that there were class differences. Her mother came from the working class side of the lake, and her father was one of the rich people who spent his summers in the country club. She's trying to decide which identity she fits in more with, and I'm really enjoying it so far. Again, like I've said this so many times, I thoroughly enjoy Sarah Dessen and her books. And I'm so happy that I'm enjoying this. I'm realizing that I might actually want to reread most of her books, since I feel like the last time I read them was like middle school, high school age, so I'm looking into doing that. But this week, or at least for today, I want to get a good chunk of this read. I just finished The Rest of the Story by Sarah Dessen. I continued to read even after Nico left, and so I have read a grand total of 440 pages, but there was a bonus epilogue chapter, which was, how many pages? 13. So I read a total of 453 pages. Oh my god, and I gave it 5 stars. I thoroughly enjoyed this. Like I said, I really love Sarah Dessen's works, and I was so invested into Emma Saylor's life. It feels weird to only call her one name because she really did come into her identity. I really loved her whole family dynamic and how close they were as a family, and how she is an only child, but she had all these cousins that she didn't know that she had, basically, and she was able to reunite with them and learn a whole new side of her life that she didn't really know about. Her dad throughout this is really annoying. He got very, I don't know, I don't want to say, it wasn't like possessive, but it sort of seemed that way. After a while, when he comes back from his honeymoon with her stepmom, he was just so much like, I don't care for that side of your family, your mom's side. It seemed like he looked down on them a lot, and I can understand where it's coming from, but I just didn't like the way that it was coming out in the book. So he was very annoying. I could very much understand Emma Saylor and her frustrations with him throughout the book, and I just didn't like how he was trying to keep her away from them, it seemed like. As you saw from the other clips, I started Percy Jackson, 4th book, The Battle of the Labyrinth, past 12, so today essentially. It's currently 6 p.m. and I've only read 24 pages of my book because unlike yesterday, I have been busy on my laptop. I ran a couple errands. Now I'm realizing that my book is available to pick up at the library. I didn't receive a notification, so essentially I'm about to go back out to the same subway station to retrieve my book because the library is open until 8 today. I have another book that is in transit. I think it's The Chain. I want to say the author's name is Adrian McKinty. Watch that be available on Thursday. Whoa, look at this light. I think I'm gonna get ready to leave to go pick up my book, and I'll film on my phone or something because it literally looks like I have not left my house. Okay, bye. Back from the library, and I was reading more of The Battle of the Labyrinth while waiting for my battery to charge until I remembered that I have a different camera that I could film on because now I have a monitor on my laptop that I recently was able to download from the Canon website, so hopefully this is like perfectly in focus. Not really sure, but here we are. I went to the library, as you saw from the couple clips that I got, to borrow Jeffery Deaver's book. I love how floppy this paperback edition is. Last week I picked up this book, The Steel Kiss by Jeffery Deaver, which is within the same series. I randomly found this near the subway station at the entrance in almost perfect condition. It was crazy because I had just returned Unsub at the library, and Jeffery Deaver was actually one of the authors that had reviewed Unsub, and I was looking at his name while going to the library, and I was like, that is insane that I found his book. So I look it up on Goodreads. This is number 12 in the Lincoln Rhyme series, and you don't actually need to read the whole series, but I figured it was probably best to read at least the first one. So here we are. I think the main character is Lincoln Rhyme, but it appears that Amelia Sax is an important character as well because she's in the first book as well as this one, the 12th one. The Bone Collector, I don't really know what it's about. I just knew that I wanted to try it out. Lincoln Rhyme is apparently this amazing criminologist in the field of forensics, but he had an accident that left him emotionally and also physically impaired. But then this killer comes who is challenging Lincoln Rhyme specifically, and so he works with police detective Amelia Sax to figure out who this guy is. And I think all of these books take place in New York City, so that's really cool. I'm very happy to have found a new mystery, like crime author. Currently, on Battle of the Labyrinth, I am on page 116. Percy and his friends have set off on their journey. No, actually their quest into the labyrinth. So they haven't gotten that far into it and it's very confusing. The labyrinth really plays tricks on you, so they're having a hard time. I really want to finish this today and keep up the pattern of finishing a book a day because tomorrow I have work, so I won't be able to read a lot. And since I already read like over 400 pages yesterday, that looks really good and I'm doing so much better than last week. So I'm going to get to reading. Made a shrimp scampi sort of thing, but it definitely doesn't look appetizing. But I also have my book here as well as my laptop because reading while eating does get a little difficult. About to start chapter 10, so that's 163 pages in, and it's 9:30 right now, and it's a YA book, so I think I should be able to finish tonight hopefully. So I might actually just treat myself to watching something while I eat, even though that is literally what I did all day. It is a little past 10 right now and it's 70 degrees outside, so there's this cool breeze, there's no nasty humidity, and it is just so perfect. I have the balcony door open here a little bit just to let in some breeze, and it feels amazing. I can't believe 70 degrees feels like this. I finished Percy Jackson book 4, The Battle of the Labyrinth. I finished a book in a day. I definitely should have dedicated more time to reading today, but I'm glad I was able to finish. I'm not quite sure how many stars I'm going to give it yet. Next, I definitely do want to read, I think, The Bone Collector. Let's see how many pages that is read for Tuesday. If I could do this one-handed. So you're 361 pages for today. I'd say that's pretty good. My reading group is back, baby. Hello. I feel like this is crooked, but it's okay. My bed is a mess because I decided to take off all the shit on my chair that I need to hang up. We're just gonna hide that there. Today is Wednesday. I'm dressed for work. I usually wear my contacts for work, but I kind of like the look of like the blazer with the glasses. I just uploaded my YouTube video, my reading vlog from last week, so please check that out if you haven't already. I will have it linked here. I did read today. I did start reading The Bone Collector, and then I ate, so I was watching Psych. I only read the first chapter, but I'm into it. It's very interesting. The book already starts out from the perspective of, I assume, the victims, and then jumps straight into like the discovery of them, and we've met Amelia Sachs. I also realized that from the Dear Reader letter, Lincoln Rhyme is a quadriplegic. I think I've only read like one book about someone in a wheelchair, so I think that's really cool. The author said that Lincoln Rhyme really just uses his mind as his weapon, which I think is really amazing. So I am excited to read more into this. I have like an hour before I leave for work, so I think I do want to get some more reading in. Yesterday I got so much reading done because I ended up waiting for my mom about 40 minutes, and while I was waiting for her, I obviously read my book, and I read on the train ride home as well. Currently I am almost 200 pages into this book. Last night I think I was able to read up to page 168, which is really good because that means I read 168 pages on a work day, which basically never happens. We were on the train past 12 a.m. so I was able to read the other 30 or so pages. And I'm going out today. I'm going out to meet a new friend actually for the first time. I'm probably not going to get any clips, but I am leaving the house today, and it's Thursday, so Coda will be coming over as well. It's really good so far. You get a bunch of different perspectives from Amelia Sachs, Lincoln Rhyme, but also the perp, the unsub. The characters are such unconventional hero types, I guess, because they're cops. I'm gonna call them heroes because Lincoln Rhyme is in a wheelchair. He has very limited movement in his body. He basically can move his face, a little bit of his head and like shoulders, and his left ring finger. And then Amelia Sachs, who is a patrol cop, she is supposed to be transferred, but she has chronic arthritis. And so I think it's really interesting that these two characters, who aren't like the most super fit, the best detectives on the force. I discovered a new song that I like called October by Alessia Cara. It's so cute and it's relaxing. Anyway, happy Friday. I want to finish this Bone Collector book by today. Ooh, I don't know though, because I have a lot left actually. I couldn't sleep last night, so I ended up reading. So creepy when you're reading about the unsub, because sometimes it switches back from the victim to the unsub, so you're seeing the fear that the victim is feeling, and then the unsub is like in this delirious state where he thinks he's someone else or something, committing murders as like he's read in a book. Because he's the bone collector, he has this infatuation with beautiful bone structure. What he likes to do is he likes to cut people open, take out the bone, and he likes to scrape the knife, ooh, to the bone, and I just hear it so vividly. The way that it's described, just the description of everything is so vivid. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Another thing that I really liked about this book is that it's very procedural. So Lincoln Rhyme, as well as being a criminologist, he is also very good with forensics, so you hear a lot about that in the process of what you need to do in order to break down the components of this thing so you can discover what parts of the city he might be in. It's very cool and I'm enjoying it a lot. Happy Saturday. So last night I really crammed and I finished The Bone Collector at 11:58 on Friday. So it counted and I was able to finish this book in 3 days, and I read a little over 200 pages, so I'm very happy about that. This book is so great, and originally I was going to just read the first book of the Lincoln Rhyme series by Jeffery Deaver and then jump straight into the 12th book since I have that. Now I have to go in order because it's so good. I might just end up buying the second one. Ooh. we will see, okay? And there are so many books for me to catch up on, so I truly will not be running out of anything to read. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. It was cool because I realized that the first book finishes leading up to the second book, so that's why I kind of was hesitant to start reading the 12th book right away. I really was not expecting the ending. I truly couldn't figure out who it was, but man, was it worth it. I was just pacing around work waiting for Coda to come down, and I was just freaking out reading the book. I'm freaking ready to read the next one. I also really liked that they include the charts that they're writing on to figure out what they know about Unsub 823. They show the chart of the appearance, residence, vehicle, and other of what they know about the Unsub, so you can kind of keep track with the team that, okay, this is what this guy might look like. Anyway, what I'm going to be starting today and hopefully finish by tomorrow also, because that will be the last day of the vlog, is It's Not Summer Without You by Jenny Han. I figured it was about time for me to start reading the series again, or the trilogy again, and I'm excited. I really enjoyed The Summer I Turned Pretty because I very much connected to Belly in the way that she had this long-time crush on her childhood friend. I also really wanted to just talk about this edition. This specifically is the Simon & Schuster edition. This, oh my god, I love these covers. It's also textured. Good morning. It's 9 a.m. on Monday and I'm again joined here by Nico. Hi. I thought I would wrap up the vlog with him appearing here. I totally forgot about the first book that I read during the week, which was The Rest of the Story by Sarah Dessen, and I gave this book 5 stars. That book was 453 pages. Book 2 was The Battle of the Labyrinth, the 4th book in the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series, and I checked Goodreads and I did not give this a rating because I think I was unsure. I'm going with 4 stars on this one. Jeffery Deaver's The Bone Collector, which I spent about 3 days reading, and this was 510 pages. Lastly, I finished on the train ride home It's Not Summer Without You by Jenny Han. Oh, I gave The Bone Collector 5 stars, and I gave this 4.5 stars. Reviewed it as soon as I finished it on the train. And this book was 277 pages, which gave me a whopping total of 1,601 pages, and I read 4 books, so I'm feeling pretty pumped. I'm getting really back into reading again. I'm so glad I was able to do all this reading, and I will see you guys in the next vlog, or next video rather. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe if you did. I really love doing reading vlogs. Please let me know in the comments what you read and what you enjoyed, if there's anything that I should be looking into, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!